Hi there, Chris here. I wanted to do a quick little how-to, at least how I picked these Americans. Butcher Vlock was struggling, and he got some great advice and comments on these. And general consensus is very light tension, and I agree with that. Also, tickling the pins, I think I made that comment, maybe a couple others, because the serrated pins are really what the problem is, what gives you fits. So I use top of the keyway tension, make sure I don't touch the first pin. Oh, did I show the key working? There. And there's the bitting on this key. It's not too bad. I think the pins give you more grief than the bitting. On these, I use top keyway, very light tension, this short sparrow short hook. And when I mean light tension, see how I can just pass my pick under that tension wrench and finger? That's about the tension I put on there. And by tickling the pins, I just sort of go in and touch them. I don't even really try and set them in the very beginning to try and feel if I'm getting sets. And then I start giving a little bit more push to them. But you can set a lot of the pins, and it's very hard to turn these. Now, this is, I don't usually pick this fast, but I've picked it even faster, and I've also sat there for 6 minutes and said some bad words trying to pick it. It really is, like I say, that light tension, and this is really, you know, if you have a lot of tension on there, you're not going to get under your finger. I mean, it's going to be hard. But if you can just pass this under your finger, it's the mock feeler gauge test, and then just go in and feel it. And I'm not going to really, I don't think I should risk this again, which I'm doing right now. But as you start to go in and out and feel the pins, when you start feeling sets, and in that light tension, I'm varying the tension. And as you start setting pins, I stick at that tension. Okay, so I've got everybody set, I think, here, except a spool or two. So I'm going to find the spools now. No, I don't have all the serrated pins set. I either dropped or overset, so I'm going to recock that. Actually, if I'm going to do a quick video, I shouldn't be doing this. But you heard some of those good sets. That's what you're hopefully you heard them. That's what you're looking for. And I don't know if you can see the core was, the tension is light enough so that core is moving up and down with it. And that's about what you're looking for. It's hard to get the feel on these. I have to admit, I do not open all of these. My American 1100s that I have, I would say most of them. And there's some I have never opened. A couple of them, and I just keep trying. So let's get this open, or gutted, and I can show you why we want to tickle those pins. Because the little springs in here are not very strong. Let's see if I can do this all in frame. The little springs in there are not very strong, and as I pull the springs out of the Bible, or pull the pins out of the Bible, you'll see, why am I going that way, that they barely break the shear line. This is just a 5-pinner. They're more fun with 6. If I were to pin this up to 6, I would choose a spool. What was that, 3? 3. Over a serrated pin, because it would be easier and more fun. I like the feedback of the spools. So right off, sorry about that, all the key pins are long enough to have serrations. So that's the first headache. And then you'll see the other headache. Can't seem to keep everything in frame. The other headache is all the serrated pins. Now, what I was going to try and show, I don't know if I can do this all. Oh yeah, I think I can. Get off there. Okay, watch when I draw this back. Well, it did pop up, but just barely. Let's see if I can do this one more time. Well, they're popping up. But there's not a lot of spring pressure on these drivers. So that's why you want to tickle them. There's a spool. And the tickling is going to set your serrated pins. You can't really tickle the spools as easily, but you're going to be able to feel the feedback. Okay, so see this pin? It's barely breaking the shear line. That's going to cause you to overset unless you're very, very light on your picking. And that happens to be a serrated pin. And yeah, see how it just comes up. There's not much on that. And this, I think, is a spool. I thought I felt a spool there. Yeah, that's a spool. So all the springs, they're all little tiny springs. Come on. So I wanted to make this fairly quick. But the other thing about these spools in here is they have serrations on them. I mean, that makes these great locks to learn on and pick and keep your feel going good, keep you tuned up. Can't get that spring. So you can see why you want to use light tension. If you're not getting anywhere within a minute, you're getting no sets reset because you probably overset something. And they are challenging. And they don't all open for me that quickly. So hopefully that's helpful on the light tension, especially the little past your pick under your tension finger. That might help put you in the ballpark or where you want your tension. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope that's helpful. See you next time.